Describes how steep this is.
Hey, I'm Zoe. I'm 26 years old from Australia, and today I'm going to show you the guide to trekking Vallunaraju, which was my first mountain summit at 5,686 meters. So come join me and let's start from the very beginning.
On the mountain. Today I'm about to head to Andean Kingdom, an agency where I'm going to start my first mountain summit of Vallunaraju. If I succeed, my mum really nervous. I've not slept well and I haven't had a break day since being here, so we'll see how it goes.
How are you, Zoe?
I'm very nervous.
No, don't be. You will do it. You're really strong.
I got this.
Yeah, you got it. Okay. There is Edwin. There is Jack. Yay.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, let's do it.
The starting point for the Vallunaraju summit is a 3-hour drive from Huaraz in northern Peruvian Andes. It is a rocky ride, let me tell you that. Climbing Vallunaraju is an entrance level summit in the Cordillera Blanca. I mean, it's not a walk in the park, but it's entirely achievable after adequate acclimatization and with a good level of cardio.
This is my pack. It's very heavy. Over 20 kilos. This is the start of the trek. That's the stairs there. Just up.
It was a really heavy pack and I was about to climb 600 meters in altitude.
Okay, so I'm starting. Oh my gosh, my bag is so heavy. I can do this. Oh my god, I can do this.
After a necessary pep talk, I clambered my way up rocks like this for hours.
Literally climbing up here. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Since I was traveling solo and couldn't find anyone who wanted to join me, I went alone with a guide. I booked through Andean Kingdom. I highly recommend it. His name was Jack. He was the coolest guy. He spoke German, but he didn't speak English, so we spoke German the whole time. And he was the loveliest and most supportive guy. In total, I paid $450 US, and that included everything. I think it was really reasonable. I was on my own, and I had Jack all to myself, and I could not have done it without him because I have no mountaineering skills whatsoever. And I was only in Peru for 5 weeks, so I was going to make the most of it. I'll provide a link below to Andean Kingdom's website and their Instagram because there is no one else I would trust more than that company.
Still climbing. Almost at the top. A bit more and then red. Base camp. We've climbed about 500 meters already in altitude. Whew. It never gets less steep.
As usual, the views blew me away and it was just so special being in that sort of environment constantly. I couldn't have been happier and I was just so excited to see what was going to come. For the first day on this terrain, I seriously recommend using trekking poles. And on the second day on the glacier, you'll use an ice axe.
370 meters to go until we're at Camp Morena. And that's at 4,900 and something meters. Ooh. Oh my god. There's camp. Whoa.
It was so exciting seeing this sign that I was at Moraine Camp.
And we've arrived at camp. We're at 4,945 meters. And that was done in less than 3 hours, including a long lunch break. So I'm really happy. So this is the community we have here. Apparently there was no one here yesterday. Apparently now loads of people want to climb. And we're camping right there. I've already emptied a fair bit. But this is what a 25 kilo pack looks like. Oh my god. Oh jeez. My harness, crampons, sleeping bag, camera, everything. This is our tent and all the stuff that we have brought up. It's insane. Okay, this looks terrible.
And just when I thought I'd done enough heavy breathing for the day, I had to blow up this mattress. There's Jack with the final touches of the tent. I swear I helped him set it up. It wasn't just me filming the whole time.
It's 4:30. It's already pretty cold. I have to wake up at 1 AM and start climbing up to get to Vallunaraju North for sunrise. Oh, very much hoping I can do it. I'm feeling fine altitude-wise, just deep breathing when it gets very cold and steep. But my bag will be lighter than 25 kilos, which will be good for this next ascent.
Dinner time.
Super.
Super. Oh, das reicht. Nicht so viel für mich. Danke sehr. Woo.
On every night of every trek I did in Peru, it was a staple to have first course soup, second course meal. So I was so well fed in the carb department.
It's around 5 PM. I've already eaten dinner. I am so full. I'm gonna go to bed in an hour. I'm currently sitting on the mountain for sunset. I'm really nervous. I have to be awake in a few hours, but it's beautiful up here. It's 6:30. Ooh, I'm cold. My feet, I can't feel them. Just brushing my teeth. And then bedtime. And then waking up at 1 AM. Do I look like a moron? Yes. Will this hopefully keep me warm? Yes. I'm about to go to bed. I'm not even tired at all. And I'm probably going to sleep my contacts because it'll be too cold to put them in at 1 AM. Whoops. We're going in. Oh man. Okay.
Side note, that was a huge mistake and do not recommend it. I was up at 10 PM with the crustiest, driest eyes, and I had to take them out and go out of the tent, wash my hands, and I had a terrible sleep overall. So yeah, that in hindsight was just so silly.
Okay, it's 1:30 AM and it's time to go. I'm yeah, not even that hungry, but I need to eat something, so I'm gonna do that and then we're off.
So yeah, it was pitch black and I actually didn't even eat anything because I just couldn't stomach anything.
And we're off. We've just arrived at Glacier. I can't see shit. And my life is literally in Jack's hands right now because there are crevasses everywhere. About to put snowshoes on. I'm a bit nervous.
This was my first time properly hiking in snowshoes with crampons, and my god, it was uncomfortable and really difficult. It took me a while to adjust, especially when it was so steep at the very start. And yeah, I was pretty scared because it was pitch black. I didn't know my left from right. I was wearing seriously uncomfortable shoes. It was freezing. And all I could do was follow Jack because I was told there were crevasses everywhere. And if I didn't follow him, something bad potentially could happen. So it wasn't really ideal to hear. Anyone doing any sort of mountaineering should be tied to another person if they're doing it together. And it was a very strange feeling. I felt a bit like a dog. But I did like the sound of the glacier ice and the crunch. This went on for hours. It was just dark and we were just walking up, up, up. And it's strange because it was only 3 kilometers from base camp to get to the summit, but it took 3 or 4 hours because the altitude, the terrain, just everything.
Still got 2 kilometers to go. Still pitch black and it's very steep, but I'm managing.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to say, my torch died halfway through, so I was walking without a torch for about 2 hours. It was really rattling.
Almost there.
Boy was I glad for first light, because I was following in Jack's head torch light, which for a first timer like me was not very comforting. And then the first crampon tragedy struck.
Bit of crampon drama here. Fell off.
And again.
Oh, warum? Nein. The second crampon issue.
And for the last scary leg, I had to jump over this crevasse.
Oh, warte.
And this is when I remembered that it was all going to be worth it.
The last bit. Almost at the top. Oh man, this last height. Almost there. This accurately describes how steep this is. Oh my god.
My speech was so slurred because I was so exhausted.
And the sun is rising. So good.
Each step was tough, so I was just so determined to finish. So close to the summit.
There it is. Oh my god. About the summit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god.
And just as I'd summited, the wind just picked up and it was pretty unbearable. But I stayed as long as I could to see this. It was a really tough hike up and I was not leaving until I had absorbed all the beauty I could.
It got seriously windy. Now time for the descent. I'm kind of scared. And now we're heading back down. And we're on our way down.
I got Jack to film me jump over the same crevasse I jumped over freakishly before, and this time it was a lot easier on the way down.
Okay, ja. Super. Sehr gut. Bitte?
And now it's Jack's turn.
Okay.
It was crazy that only a few hours before, everything here was pitch black and I was walking this same track with absolutely no idea of this surrounding beauty and also treachery. I now had time to take photos, so I got my camera out and I happily started snapping away. I just couldn't believe my eyes. Everything was unreal.
So this was all dark when I came up because it was, what, 3 AM, and now I can see everything, and there are so many crevasses and glaciers, and it's kind of better I didn't see it at the start, otherwise I would have freaked out. But it's amazing.
Moraine ahoy! I was almost back on solid land. I adored the contrast between rock and ice. It was just so aesthetic and gorgeous.
My first meal of the day, a nutritious mandarin. Back to normal shoes and took my pants off. And we're strolling back down.
Have you ever seen anything so gorgeous? I was completely enthralled by this view.
So I walked past here in the daytime, in the morning, but oh, I'm so lost. I walked past here in early morning where it was dark, and no idea this existed. It's so cool.
It's actually quite sad. Jack was telling me that he'd been doing this for years, and each year the glacier gets smaller and smaller due to global warming, and he really misses what it used to be like.
Can't believe I walked past this in pitch black, so I could not see a thing, and now I can see everything. It's amazing.
And then I was on the final leg back to Camp Morena.
I'm eating a day old fried rice, which was left outside the tent and probably refrigerated last night anyway. And then we're gonna head down and finish the Vallunaraju expedition. R.I.P. my knees.
At this point, it wasn't even 10 AM, and I had achieved so much. And then I had a lot of descents like this. And remember, for this, I'm still carrying that 25 kilo backpack.
Ich folge dir? Okay. The road is just down there. I've ascended 700 meters today and descended 1.5 kilometers. So it's been, it's not even, it's 11 AM. What a day. And that's a wrap. Vallunaraju complete. We're at the start of it and taking a bus or truck back to Huaraz.
And that's a wrap. Thank you for watching my documentary of my first mountain summit, Vallunaraju. It was the best experience. I have no regrets doing it, even though I was mildly shitting myself during the experience. I could not have done this without Lily from Andean Kingdom, who became such a good friend and told me that I had to climb this mountain. I am so glad that she pulled me out of my comfort zone. And of course, Jack, my beautiful guide, who was so patient with me and the greatest person to accompany me.